First thing, you guys can all hear me all right, right? Cool, awesome. I can get really loud if I need to, but that's the basketball referee in me. So obviously this is 18 pressure washing. Like you said, it all started with a video. A friend of mine from college, we were living together. He was getting ready to go get his master's degree. He couldn't work a full-time job, and he's like, "Hey, I need a part-time job. Like, what can we do?" I was like, "I don't know." I was working a financial planning job at the time. David Sims probably remembers me from way back then. But he sent me a TikTok video, and it was, "Here's how to make $100 an hour pressure washing." And I was like, "There's no way." And here we are. So, his name was Austin, and I'm Andrew. So we decided to go by the A team. We just kind of started doing like friends and families type stuff originally, and then it took off crazy, and I quit my full time job, and we're almost four years into it. I guess technically by legality standpoint and everything. But anyway, this is our website. So if you guys want to go, I didn't want to put together a presentation because we're really busy right now. And so if you guys want to pull your phone out, go to our website. You can kind of like scroll through it and go along as you go. But it's the ateamwash.com, and this is our About Us page. So, but like I said, kind of started with a video. If you want to scroll down some, we'll just kind of go through it a little bit. Um, Once Austin got married, he moved to Kansas City and then left it all to me. And I just kind of took it and went with it. So we have, I don't know if you guys saw the truck parked out there when you came in, but we've got a big gooseneck trailer that we can take almost 1,000 gallons of water with us. We're doing a job in Nixa right now that a house burned and the water hooked up. So we're the ones that got to go do it because we have that capability of being able to bring water to the job site. So um, I guess one of the things Sterling wanted me to talk about was like, what do we do? So obviously you do pressure washing, but it gets into so much more than that. If you guys have ever heard of soft washing or I kind of heard that term, basically it's the same concept of cleaning things. It's just using detergents to clean rather than high pressure. So that gets into like roof washing. So we're not getting up on a roof and like blasting granules off. We just spray a solution on it. Goes on with a garden hose, so it's really low pressure, and then the rain will rinse it off of the roof. So, but we use soft washing for roofs and houses, like siding, that type of thing. Most of what we do is all soft washing. So, like that house in Nixa with the brick, we're applying a solution onto it and letting it sit and then rinsing it off. The pressure washing side of things gets into doing like concrete driveways like this. So this is a cool aerial shot with a drone, but that's a 3 foot wide surface cleaner, so it's about that big. We can cover a lot of ground with that. You have to push a lot of water, which is why we have a big water tank. So that's running about 10 gallons a minute on that. And we're in the middle of rebuilding the trailer right now. Once we get that all rebuilt, we'll be pushing about 12 gallons a minute for that. And most houses don't provide that much water, so we have to keep it in the tank to be able to push it to the equipment. So another thing that we do is parking lot sweeping. So that's our new little adventure that we started doing last year. So we do commercial parking lots like out here, and then like street sweeping for construction, new construction type stuff, and that type of thing. One of the things that I have heard from commercial clients so far, and seems to be the issue with the parking lot industry in this area, is people are going and bidding these jobs to do parking lot sweeping, and it's all overnight work um, for the most part. And they are sending an invoice to the company to get paid, and then they check the cameras because they're like, well, the lot's dirty, and they check the cameras and they weren't even there. And so I'm like, well, we can provide a better service than that. So that's why we got into the parking lot sweeping business. But anyway, so if you guys have seen, we post in like 11 different places every day, social media and websites and blogs and all that fun stuff. Um, One of the things that kind of sets us apart from other people is my degree is actually in video production. So basically, I have kind of a degree in marketing, and so that lets me be able to like promote my stuff really well. Um, and if you guys want to, you guys were talking about all the social medias and stuff earlier. If you guys want to go find us, I think all of our social media except YouTube is the A-Team Wash MO. You can just go, follow us, find us, whatever, all that fun stuff. So some of the problems that we have right now with the business, Um, One is finding good, reliable help. I had a couple guys that were in college that used to work for me, and then they graduated, and now they moved on, which is fine. But they were great, and I could send them with everything. They could go do the work. I didn't have to worry about it. Quality was always good. And then now it's back to me, and I'm washing all day, and then I get on the street sweeper and I sweep all night, and then I get up and I do it all again the next day. So I've already been down to Kimberly City this morning and did a quote, and then came back here, and so we're all over the place. Yeah, it's a great time, but that's just kind of part of it. I've got a couple guys that we're training right now. They're new, and I think they're going to be okay, and that will help. But obviously, you can't just turn anybody loose with that truck and trailer running down the highway, especially if it's 1,000 gallons of water on it, because if you've ever hauled water, it sloshes around and it is a little different. So, another problem that we're having on mostly some commercial stuff, so I don't know if anybody has any experience with that, um, is getting paid like in a timely manner. We usually end up getting paid eventually. It's just sometimes there's a lot of hoops that we jump through in order to get to that point. So if anybody has any suggestions on that, that would be great. And then another thing with the sweeping is getting in front of commercial property owners. Um, I've got a loosely call him a mentor. It's in the sweeping business, and I asked him about it. And he said, you can't talk to the property managers, you have to talk to the property owners because they're the one ultimately making the decisions on those. And depending on frequency and all that, sweeping can end up being a more expensive thing, but it also protects your investment because you're taking all the grit out of the parking lot, sucking it all up, and then people aren't running over it all the time and smashing the concrete. And all that. So.
I know a lot of property managers, they do have like a groundskeeper. So if you guys can help us figure out a way to pitch that, because a lot of the groundskeepers, they're not going to get where those curbs are, because there's usually cigarette butts, a bunch of trash and debris, and those get missed. And it's such an eyesore, but everybody's so used to seeing that in the business front. Getting out there, Andrew takes his backpack blower and sweeps all of that out and then gets it with the vacuum truck. So just kind of proposing it to the property manager, like, hey, this is very vital for your business front if it's cleaned up so much. Because the athletes, that would be great.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's all I got. So you guys have any questions?
Okay, thanks for the presentation. I'll go ahead and take your questions. You can raise your hand. I'll run over as fast as I can. Please stand, say your name and your business. While I run over to him, I'll ask the first question. So when you do those wonderful satisfying videos where you see how good it was and then you clean it,
Absolutely. We do that all the time. Actually, since you're asking about the content, we do those time lapses and stuff. What actually seems to do really well on our channels, I guess, all of our social media profiles is like business motivational type content. That seems to do really well. And one of the things that I see on social media all the time because I'm in so many pressure washing business groups and stuff like that, or just all the community pages on Facebook. There's so many different people that are pressure washing. It's a very low barrier entry to get in, so there's a lot of people doing it. And all you see is before and after photos. And I'm like, what do you have to do to like stand out? Post before and after photos. I do that every once in a while. And so I've tried to come up with like different things that I can post that says like, hey, yes, we do this, but what's something different? And that's been something that has really done well for us. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that we have um, been working on building. So I used to own a vending machine business, and I actually had the vending machines in this building downstairs. And whenever I had that, the one thing that I learned was with the card readers, every week I was getting deposited money. It didn't matter if I went and ran the route, as long as there was inventory in the machines, and people were paying on the card, I got a deposit, and that was so nice. That was great for cash flow. And so I was like, okay, so how can I take this and put it into the pressure washing business so that way I always have cash flow with that? So we created what we call the A Plus Advantage program, which is basically a subscription plan for house washing. And then you can add on other benefits too. That's something that we've built, but it hasn't really taken off yet. It's kind of a new concept that um, nobody else is doing it. Well, at the time, whenever I came up with that, there's a couple other people I've seen advertise it, but I think they started doing that after they saw all my stuff. But we haven't pushed it a ton lately, just because it kind of didn't do what we wanted it to, but it definitely needs tweaks, and I would love to get to that point. We just haven't got there yet. So,
Piggyback on David, I want to make a comment that was in my question. In your website, I just scrolled through this morning, of course, there's one statement in there that really caught my eye a lot. Because today, it's a race to the bottom, right? Race for the cheapest, race for whatever. There is a statement in your site, I don't remember where it's at, but a lot of great content, but it basically says, I'm not the cheapest, but you're going to get what you pay for. So I really like that too. To kind of piggyback on what David said, in the HVAC industry, of course, they got your spring and your fall,
mhm.
all money up front, and then you got your spring and the fall. So if it's not taken out, what you want to on a monthly type basis, maybe try
Yeah,
service packages or whatever they call it. So where you come back before, I want to do it every year, it's made my stuff longer. So just a thought there.
yeah.
The question is, you give any presentation, you give a lot of I do this, I do this, I do this. It's just a do it here, right?
Mhm.
So in the current state, is the business scalable without help, or are you kind of in a spot right now to where you need help because what you don't want to do is make a promise that you can't fulfill?
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, right now, that's, I mean, really what's holding us back is just having somebody. If I had somebody that could drive that truck and trailer, I could teach them how to wash. I just need somebody that is experienced to drive a truck like that. I'm not just going to turn somebody loose with that. I mean, there's thousands of dollars. I need to know how much money I spent on all that equipment. It adds up really fast. But um, yeah, if we had some, like if I had two people that could go and do a lot of the washing type of stuff, or if I went and did washing and one of them could just run the sweeper overnight, that would be great. I got a sweeping job that they are like, hey, are you coming to sweep this week? And I'm like, yes, I had a park break. It just got delivered yesterday. I will be there as soon as I can. So, yeah, that's one of the things. But it's funny that you brought up that little line about the not being the cheapest, because that is a line that I get a lot of times whenever we send quotes to people. And then we follow up with them, and they're like, "Yeah, we decided to go with the cheaper option. You guys were a lot higher than everyone else." And I said, "I understand that, but I said you get what you pay for, you know." And then sometimes um, they're like, "Oh, well, we want you to quote it a little bit differently because you quoted it." I think it was Target, the new Target over on Sunshine. They were for parking lot sweeping. It's like 10 acres, and I can sweep about an acre an hour. So they're like, "Yeah, we want you to send us a quote for every night." I'm like, "You want me to sweep 10 acres every night? It's gonna take 10. Like, that's all we're gonna do." And so they were like, "Why is your bid like $23,000 a month or something?" I was like, "This is what." They're like, "No, we want you to be there an hour." And I was like, "Okay, well, that's different, you know." But that is a very common thing that we do get. And the guy on this job in Nixa, he told me that he was kind of hesitant about approving our quote because our quote was double what the other person's was. But his text message literally said, "I don't trust the other guy." And that I've never met this guy. He messaged me on Facebook, said, "Hey, I saw your post. We need this cleaned up." And I took some pictures. We went and did a test spot, showed him, "Hey, I can take this off." And then, obviously there's a lot of expense in buying the chemical and all that stuff that does go into that. And you can't just take pressure and knock it off. So I guess that's one thing I didn't touch on is I have a chemist that I work with too. That's here in Springfield that makes chemicals for me, which is really nice. That's kind of my little secret that I have. He makes me look really, really good because I don't have a clue what I'm doing half the time. I just like, hey, what do you have that'll what do you have that'll take this off? He goes, come get it. I've got it. So he makes it all here in Springfield, which is awesome. I'm all about supporting like local businesses because, you know, we're all in this together. But um, yeah, so anyway.
Lord Southern with Simmons Bank. Just a question, you mentioned something about your funding was hard, which I think is a common sentiment. So I'm just curious who you're targeting to try to find to work for you and what channels you guys are using.
So I guess I'm one of those people that's like, what worked last time? So um, I actually found these people that used to work for me just through friends, and so I've kind of put that out and just been like, hey, you know, um, this is what I'm needing. Who knows somebody? And I've had good luck with finding one or two people here and there that have been able to help me on like temporary stuff. I don't really have a great way to do it. It's kind of hard to like I feel like the people that I need to help me aren't necessarily on like LinkedIn or something like that. And obviously, it's a very labor intensive job. A lot of people don't like to do that, but I don't have a problem like paying people well to do good work. Like guys that used to work for me, I think I was paying them like 25 an hour at the time when they were in college, you know, but they did great work. I could trust them. They would, I don't have a problem paying people. It's just I need people to show up. I need people to take ownership in the work. You know, we have a reputation that's very good, and I don't want somebody to just come in and wreck it because they didn't do something right. So I'm very picky about who I hire, and that doesn't help either. So yeah,
You know, with shelter insurance, you mentioned the content that you put out being like uplifting business stuff, which is awesome. But then you also mentioned folks not really being interested or understanding why they need a maintenance package.
Mhm.
Have you tried doing like educational stuff from the standpoint of like, because if I'm a homeowner, I'm gonna go, well, I don't need the pressure on until I can see things
Mhm.
on my house. But as a professional, you're seeing things or you know things like you really should be doing this seasonally
Right.
every 6 months. Maybe some education would help drive that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the goals to get to. You know, um, I struggle with time to get to that point right now. You know, just because I'm already she knows. But she also is just quit her job and is coming to help me. So, which is awesome because I definitely need that to somebody to keep me in line and all that stuff. So, she's been helping with that, and that's one of the things that we're looking at doing. Um, I guess I should have talked about this earlier. One of the struggles that I've had with like recurring business, I had an apartment complex that we washed 2 years ago in 24, and we called them back maybe like a month ago, probably, just to kind of check in and see, like 2 years, we probably should be coming back and washing it again. And I said, hey, how are the buildings looking? They say, it looks great. It looks like you just left. And I'm like, well, we did too good of a job. So now, like, I guess we'll wait another year. But that's great. That means we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Um, I was at a client that we do her pool deck yesterday. And her driveway, we walked her house and her driveway last year along with the pool deck, and it still looks great a year later. And in Missouri's humidity and all that fun stuff that we have is all the moisture, all that algae and stuff loves to grow. And so our processes are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. People are getting those results. It's just that, you know, you come back 6 months later and everybody's like, oh, nope, don't need it. Another 6 months, don't need it. You know, we're 2 years out of a pretty good sized apartment wash and then it's still clean. It's like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be so good. you know, so
Point, and I got thinking about this. So when we have home inspections done on homes, one of the people that I use as an inspector has some interface with homeowners that is a list of spring, summer, fall, and winter items that need to be that are maintenance items, the things that they should do, which you might give out to your clients.
yeah,
And then also, if people are confused about what your services and why the difference is between the quotes, you may have to be a little bit more specific about what your quotes involve so that so they're not coming back going, I'm only
right,
going because you're double, but they don't really understand, okay, this is what this is.
yeah.
This is what's involved. And then how many trucks do you guys have?
Right, yeah.
Because you're really busy. You only have one truck or two trucks.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So right now we have this truck that's out here, and then we have the sweeper. So um, that's one of the struggles that I have right now because I'm getting ready to, here in a few months, submit bids on Walmart to do parking lot sweeping. If I end up with that job, I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll figure it out. I have a really bad habit of biting off more than I can chew and then trying to figure out how to do it later. She can attest to that, but I think it's a good problem to have. So um, that is something that I've thought about doing is putting together a second truck that's not as big that can service like residential type stuff. Because that truck I can take and I can do whatever I want with it. We actually just added a 2-inch fire hose to it, um, which is pretty impressive because I picked it all up the other day and was playing with it. And yes, I can shoot like 80 feet in the air with water. It's like a true fire hose. But I run out of water really fast when I do it that way because we're like 160 gallons a minute. So um, if I had people that could work, I could put together another truck and then be able to service multiple things.
So the really question is there any lease that equipment if you had a job, people to work it, so that you can have output immediately? Is there any place where you could do that in the meantime when you're trying to get, cash to increase your
Yeah.
trucks and stuff like that? Because that would help. Like if you got a Walmart out, if you have
Mhm.
access,
Yeah,
where you can lease the equipment out until you do something else,
right.
that might help.
Unfortunately, I don't know of anywhere that like are you talking about like leasing a sweeper truck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or whatever you're leasing, water trucks or
yeah. I don't know of anywhere that leases them. We had a really, really good time trying to find one to buy when we were first getting into doing all this. And then on the pressure washing side of things, because like I was talking about earlier, the barrier to entry being so low for that, that would be something I would just put together and do it. The most expensive thing would be buying a truck, but the old truck that we had was a Chevy Colorado, and that was really, really nice. We just outgrew it, and so I went from a baby truck to a big truck. So
Question, Farrell, I moved your LinkedIn and your YouTube pages don't appear to the links on the web page.
oh no, well that's real great.
Just those two.
Yeah.
Everything else seems to be all right. And then my question for you is, who would be ideal? Like, if you could raise your hand and pick clients, what would that look like?
Yeah.
Who can we connect?
Ashley says builders. I don't agree. I don't like construction, but that's fine. So I really enjoy the roof washing side of things. It's simple for me now that I've done several of them. Um, and it's one of those things that your roof is one of your more expensive things on your home that needs to be maintained, that a lot of people neglect it. Um, but it also protects your biggest asset. Or, well, I say that your income should be your biggest asset, but most people, the house is going to be their biggest purchase, and so you have that roof protecting it, and the algae and stuff that grows on roofs. You guys know what lichen is? It's the little bitty spots that grow on like trees and stuff. And I found this out, and I know it's true because I've seen it in person myself. A lot of times you see stuff and you're like, oh, is that real or whatever? It's somebody just trying to sell you. So we washed a roof last year, had a bunch of those lichen spots on it, and the algae, the black streaks. Can you guys go to the roof washing page, hit the more, and then go down to the roof washing? Um, but the black streaks that you see, it's actually um, a bacteria that grows like that. It's called Gliocapsomagma. And what that is doing is it is feeding on the limestone aggregate that's in your shingles. And then as it feeds on that, it knocks your granules off, and then your roof deteriorates faster. So whenever we go, if you scroll down a little bit, we've got this. So this is a house we did in Nixa. So we can spray it most of the time from the ground, which is really nice because it's a lot safer that way. Because when you start putting the soap on, it gets really slick. That's not a fun time to be up there.
He's not sweet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then that's the after photo. So we go through, we apply that chemical and let it rain on it. But the lichen, the gray, bluish colored spots, they grow on like trees a lot of times too. What it actually does is it breaks your shingles down faster. And where I washed that roof last year and I came back and looked at it, there were holes in the shingles everywhere where that lichen was growing. So if you guys have lichen on your shingles, or if you don't know and you want me to come look, I'll gladly come look. I'm not going to charge you to come look at it. But that's not something that people know a lot about, is the roof washing. If I could do roof washing all the time, I would do it. Obviously, it's more expensive service that we offer just because of the amount of chemical and the dangers of it once we get to having to get on a roof like this one. We had to get on a roof because it's so, the one I did Monday, whatever day it was. I don't even know what today is. I had to get on the roof for that one too. So yeah.
Thank you so much. You did
Yeah.
a wonderful job. How can we help you?
If you guys could connect me with anybody that owns commercial properties or that type of thing for the parking lot sweeping, we're really trying to grow that right now. And then obviously, if you guys know anybody that wants to do some really tough manual labor in the heat of summer and in the dead cold winter, because we still work all winter long too. I guess I should have talked about that. So as long as it's 40 degrees or warmer, we keep working. And the reason we stop at 40 is because that lets us be able to get equipment winterized and everything before it freezes. Because water will wreck our setup. I know that from experience also. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. I think there were a couple more questions. If
Yeah.
you'd be able to stick around,
Yeah,
maybe
for
we'll
sure.